Hey everyone, this is Mike, and I'm here with Isaac.
Hello.
And we're here to discuss some video games. More specifically, we're here to make a little bit of an update regarding the whole EA Sports College Football 27 situation. If you saw our last video regarding this, apparently EA did a little like oopsie whoopsie, a little bullshit with their game when they decided to add microtransactions to offline mode of the game and a bunch of nonsense where you basically had to pay up in order to progress throughout the game in a state that I would say is like acceptable. You because if you didn't pay up, you were basically like grinding like matches and whatnot for hours and days on end just to get the same amount of progress that you would if you would just pay like a couple of bucks in order to I don't know, get some boosters for your coaches and whatnot. It was a whole nonsense, and
Yeah.
basically a bunch of a YouTuber decided to start a hashtag, basically a crusade against EA and their dirty practices regarding the microtransactions that they added to the game. I believe it was CFB play pay don't play or something like that. I believe that was the hashtag. In fact, let me check it real quick. Just wanted to make sure what the hashtag was.
Yeah.
Yeah, CFB play don't pay.
Don't pay. Yeah.
Don't pay. And apparently we managed the Little Crusade managed to get a response out of EA, and it seems like they reverted the changes. Now we have like a little bit of a little like notice here on the official EA Sports College Twitter that says thank you for your continued passion and incredible response to College Football 27. We love this game and this sport. College football is and always will be about the sight sounds, the pageantry, traditions, and atmospheres of Saturday in College Football 27. We aspire to deliver the deepest experience to date with all new Dynasty blueprint, new positions to road to glory, and the best college football gameplay ever. However, your feedback on Road to Glory and Dynasty is what we've missed the mark. That's just a fancy way of saying we got caught, but we missed the mark to our introduction of paid progression options. This was independent of deep remote progression and with the aim to give players more choices. Yeah, they know all about giving people choices. It's not what you said is not adding value that we've intended. Yeah, we know how you guys like to add value. And this is the same EA that put microtransactions into Star Wars Battlefront, saying that we want players to feel pride and accomplishment. Yeah, where's the pride and accomplishment of swiping your credit card? But regardless, tomorrow morning we will remove all the paid progression options to Road to Glory and Online Dynasty. The unfortunate side effect of removing paid progression is that players who spend college point balances in their wallets will not be able to apply for balances to Road to Glory Dynasty, so jump in between now and apply for points. Live service plans, college football 28 and beyond. More transparency, greater communication. Thank you for your feedback. Blah blah blah. We love this game. We love the community. We love college football. Yeah, that's the long and short of it. Basically, they pulled back, and for the most part, people are happy with it. Obviously got a lot of positivity saying thank you, like thank you for like listening, but we all know that's just again, like I said before, they're not upset that they're not upset that they missed the mark, quote unquote. They're just upset that got caught, that people weren't willing to eat the crap, and they're just pulling back because they couldn't get away with it. That's pretty much it.
No, I think you sum it up actually Quite perfectly, yeah. I think at the end of the day, especially in a time where we sit down and we do so many of these videos about how corporate greed seems to rise above actually giving out the best video game experience right now, and the fact that we sit here and we talk about how all these companies trying to figure out the nickel and dime every little piece of their game at the moment. And, for the fact that a lot of, granted, I sat down and laughed because I know that, the video game, the sports video game community might be small and it may not focus on other forms of video games at the moment. At the end of every day, these poor decisions are being plagued all around the gaming industry right now. So eventually, at some point, it was coming to EA, especially like you said, it was EA's practice. You mentioned the fact, Star Wars Battlefield doing
Star Wars
Battlefront doing the microtransactions. So for a community, a game community that really loves to simply just play college football, this is a win. This is a win for them because at least their community sat down and came together as a group, started a movement, actually strong enough to affect the people at EA and to say, listen, like you said, we caught COD. We thought we could pull this bullshit at our gamers, and because they thought they were shills and they'll buy anything what we do, and at least this community said no, we're not going to do that anymore, and that was due to the fact to a lot of their YouTube streamers really came and stepped up along with the rest of the gamers the way that they felt, and a lot of YouTubers that sat down and made all these issues, and I think why I think it is a decent follow up because it does show you the power of organizing. It does show you the power if this community that cared about sports games that much were able to come together to do something where within 24 hours EA was willing to was took off their microtransactions. I think it kind of just shows that demonstration that if all of us kind of work together and started to boycott, which I think we do, I think in certain situations, then hopefully we can make the changes that we want in the gaming industry and start pulling back on all these predatory decision making right now. So I think it is a fair. I give them props to that. That being said, you did win a battle, and knowing who EA is, just because you won this battle, that doesn't mean they won't try to figure out other microtransaction things that they will pull down the road with for future EA titles. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that on that end. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, yeah. Score one for the Dipper, man. Good for them.
Yeah, it's definitely a score one, but at the same time, I guess I see people like happy and cheering, cool, happy. But I think with a company like EA, I think it's just it's a short. It's a very like short term thing because
it's definitely you won a battle, but the war is far from finished, and EA's in it for the long haul. And just because we couldn't get you on this title, that doesn't mean we won't get you in future titles. Moral story that if you care about this game, if you care about this particular game, you gotta keep EA on the fire. You gotta make them accountable for future titles moving forward.
It's not even just EA. It's the entire industry needs to be held accountable. I mean, there are people be able to push back on one thing, but they'll let another thing slide.
I agree.
Again, you have you have college football today, but then in a couple of months we're gonna have big old GTA 6 comes out and everybody's already complaining about how bad that is, but there's also so many people that's willing to defend how nasty that game is going to be with all of its ripped content that's being resold to you for an extra $20 or for a game that already costs $80. And people are just willing to defend that.
I agree.
And again, you're still like because I pretty these because really these corporations they basically talk to each other. They basically pay attention to what everything is going on from the industry side. And when they see one company getting away with nonsense, they are still going to have the bright idea to keep pushing nonsense as well. And it needs to be like a collective, like the gaming community needs to collectively push it, not one corner of not one faction, not one corner, not one specific community. Because we all know that EA has a long history of trying to nickel and dime everybody. This is certainly not going to be the last time. So yeah, if only you guys can like do this every time instead of just one time, that would be great.
I mean that is the bigger issue right now. Again, one corner of people that just play this. You have to remember they just play this. They don't play any other games right now, which is the reason why this particular community was able to come together, be very angry, and be rage for what they were able to do, and then was able to pull back on it. Again, I don't know if the same people that play college football are the same people that play Marvel Rivals or any other game at the moment. So
probably not, because when it comes to these kind of games, it's really the quote unquote dude bro kind of like gamers.
Usually the gamers that just care about sports.
It's like sports titles or racing racing games and Call of Duty. That's basically the trinity for like the typical dude bro gamer. Those are the three types of games they play. Yeah. And
maybe they work in a Fortnite.
Maybe a little bit if they have like certain friends that are into the game. Yeah, they'll play Fortnite. But again, it's usually it's Call of Duty, Forza.
No. Usually Call of Duty, maybe a little bit of Forza, EA Sports, Madden, or college football, and then usually the 2K. If
again, like I said, like a sports dude, bro. Like any kind of sports game, interchangeable all any of those sports game, Madden, college football, like 2K, just completely interchangeable. Mm-hmm. But those again, it's a package between three specific types of games, and usually if they're not playing something like Call of Duty, they're probably playing Battlefield or Halo, and then Forza, because I don't know any other popular like racing games out there outside of Forza. Because I know Gran Turismo really
hasn't been around for minutes.
It's still around, but it's not
what it used to be.
It's not what it used to be. So it's really Forza,
especially on the Sony and their nonsense. Mm-hmm. Definitely ain't what it used to be. So,
but regardless,
that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Talk about it.
So what do you think about this news update? Are you happy that EA backed off? Are you somehow disappointed that EA backed off? Or do you really just not care? Let us know. And if you like what we do here, please rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm Mike with Isaac, and we are saying peace.